Hey, hey, what's up? It has been a while. It's a very special day in more than one way. It is my grandmother's birthday. So I want you guys to send her out some thoughts and some big love. And to my Grammy, I want to say happy birthday to you. I love you. I love you to my liver. You make my liver quiver. Big love, big hugs to my grams. Also, I wanted to come at you guys today because I've been told that I'm dangerous. I've been told that I give to the detriment of myself. I've been told that I run on Sanford time. I've been told that I am very intense. And you know what? I put my hand up because I am all of the above, without a doubt. These are some of my gifts. These are some of my gifts, and these are some of the ways that I learn from being with myself and with other people who I am and who I am meant to be and the journey that I am going on here. Now, it's very important that we all understand our gifts because our gifts only come out. They only come out when we are around people and challenged by people and giving to people. Now, I remember one time I was with one of my friends and we went and we were talking to these other folks, and she was singing my praises and I was singing her praises, and we were talking about our history together. And then when I left, she told these people, Sanford's not a very good guy, he's been divorced, he's a workaholic. So she started doing all this other gossip about me. Now, that doesn't make her a bad person, but that's just part of who she is. That's part of her suffering and her challenge to find out who she really is and to master herself. Now, I mentioned that because something came up for me the other day. I was looking at Facebook, and one of my boys in America that we did a lot of performing together, he's blowing up. He's doing some great things on TV and things like that. And you know what? A little bit of jealousy came up in me, and I was like, wow, what is that? What is that? I thought I was above that. But I had to just sit in that and recognize that that's just part of being human. We have these feelings that take us up and down. And for me, I wanted to recognize that and sit in that and say, look, Sanford, this is where you are. What do you want to do about it? Go back to being you. Sometimes I get, off track, as we all do. We get off track of being who we really are because we want to try to please people, or we see what someone else has, or we think we should be having better, or we can't understand what's going on in our life. It's important to be able to come back and sit in those moments and just kind of stand outside those moments and say, wow, that's interesting. But it's giving us that opportunity to master ourselves. And in that moment, I had to switch from jealousy back to where one of my greatest gifts is, and that's love, unconditional love. So I Facebooked my boy and just let him know that I was very proud of him, and he was very excited for me to keep it up and keep blowing up the world with your gifts. I had to forward that on because that's another one of my gifts in life. Another one of my gifts is opening people up to their pain and their fears and their suffering, because I coach people, in cheerleading and dance, and I mentor coaches, and sometimes they don't want to face the things that they're struggling with. And what I've learned is the things that I've struggled with in the past, once I face them and open up to them, that doesn't mean you always get totally rid of them. That means that you're starting to face them. Then you can approach other things with love and passion. And so that is one of my gifts. I open people up to that sort of pain and suffering, but I also open them up to how fantastic they are, to how extraordinary they are. And it's an amazing feeling because that's part of who I am. It makes no difference what people say about you. It's what you say about you. You have to understand that what you say about yourself basically comes from your past, and then of course how you action that out in your presence. That's called your self-concept. Now, we all do it. We all do it all the time. We have a self-concept of who we are. But how do you know you're truly centered in who you are? Take a deep breath. See if your shoulders are relaxed. See if you're relaxed in your tummy. See if you're in the present moment of living and loving and giving and sharing who you are. That's how you know. That's how you know. Now, it's also very important to recognize the things that you've done in this life. One of my friends was asking the other day, she says, I don't know if I know what self-love is. What are some of the things that you've done that have changed your life for the better? What are some of the things that you've done that have changed other people's lives for the better? One thing that I recognize in life is that I'm a heart-driven person. I come from love first, and then I go to the thought process, the intellectual part of myself. There's some people that go the other way, and I've noticed in my life I always surround myself with those people who come from the intellectual end first, because we're meant to balance each other. But a lot of times they don't understand my heartfelt driven passion and purpose. Well, not sometimes, a lot of them are unable to stand within the power that I possess. And what it also helped me to do, being around these sort of people, is to let me know that in order to progress further in my business and some things that I like to do, I need to employ that intellect side first and mix that with my heart self. That's what being around the sort of quote unquote academic people have taught me. And I have to recognize that if I want something from other people, I got to give it to myself first. If I want my business to be better, I got to do it myself first. There's nothing wrong with doing these things first, but what I try to tell people, and this is just my opinion, don't alienate people, because they all have something to offer you. In our society of, I got to be first, I got to compete against everybody, I got to do it all by myself, we're so content in being by ourselves and saying this wonderful phrase, I don't need people. Well, you're people, and you're in people's lives, so why wouldn't you need people? So I think we need to kind of shift that way of thinking, and knowing that we need people as much as people need us, because we're human beings, and that's how we're built. We're built to be social. We're built to be challenged by the human being in other people and in ourselves. Folks, it has been a blast talking to you this morning, and I just want you to remember how extraordinary you are. And always coming from my heart is unconditional love for you and your purpose on this planet. Never stop being you, and don't worry about what people say about you, the bad stuff or the good stuff, because you're extraordinary either way. Keep going. Keep being amazing. I look forward to talking to you soon. And as always, my name is Sanford McMurray, and love your mission. Peace.